Hello guys. Welcome to Diablo the Primordial. This video is the continuation video after Hope arrived. So if you have not watched it, then please watch it. The link is in the description. And please check out my second channel Top Anime Sensei for the light novel of Tensei. So without any further delay, let's start. But before we start, please like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates. What? By the time she was surprised, it was after a large amount of energy had been deprived from Carrera's body. Ultima and Carrera, those two who rivaled or surpassed even an awakened demon lord, were easily defeated just like taking candy from a baby. While confronting Velda, Milam was observing the fight with side glances. Energy comparable to 10 awakened demon lords, It seems he wasn't just bragging about it. So, she quickly concluded. She realized that the demons had no chance of winning against Kondo and Damrada from their exchanges just now. Then, what would she do? Milam had no other choice but to throw her hands up. Moreover, she was concerned about the third memory orb Velda had. Although the energy that filled up the heavens had almost disappeared entirely just by Velda creating Kondo and Damrada, if he brought forth someone whom rivaled those two, their chance of winning would be gone. This is very bad. I didn't expect it, for him to really have strength surpassing true dragons. It seems my thoughts are a bit naive. Nonetheless, Milam thought that if Velda had so much power, regardless of whether she did it alone or carefully made a plan and challenged him with everyone, there wouldn't be much of difference anyway. The only thing Milam could do was to unleash all her power to crush Velda. Milam prepared to fire a full-power Drago Nova while needing fighting spirit inside her body. Milam had not given up yet. She believed that the possibility of her defeating Velda wasn't zero if she could land an attack on him. However, she had no choice but to admit that it was very difficult to penetrate Velda's guards. Two of the demons were defeated and Testarossa left alone wouldn't be able to stop Kondo and Damrada. It was a very disadvantageous situation. However, even so, Milam kept analyzing the situation calmly. Well now, Milam. It's about time for you to give up and be obedient. No matter how you struggle, you understand that you have no odds of winning, do you? Humph. Say whatever you want. If you wanted a child, you should have made one with that insolent person who called herself my mother, although she met a foolish end. Don't misunderstand it, Milam. What I wanted is not really a child. The only one who stands next to Velda is Lucia. I thought that I could recreate Knowledge Lord Raphael if I granted it a physical body and name, but what? As expected, it seems the manas created from Justice Lord Michael couldn't become Lucia's soul. It's a disappointment for you too, right? If only I could reproduce Knowledge Lord Raphael that Lucia previous had. It can be said that reviving the soul that created the skill is possible. If I succeed that far, I only need to plant memories to the soul again. It can be said as a reverse process of a soul creating the skill, but it seems to be more difficult than I thought. It was the most probable method though. Velda answered Milam's question. His thoughts were nothing but crazy as he talked about a method that could be said as taboo. You bastard, in order to revive my mother, you created the memory orb? That's right, so what? Even spreading fear, panic, and chaos to the world to destroy humanity was nothing more because of my wishful thinking. It would be great if someone awakened with it under such circumstances. It would be rational for me to seek a more certain method, right? Reviving a soul is very difficult. But if the same skill can be created, the characteristics can be said pretty similar. That's why it's important for ultimate skill Knowledge Lord Raphael to be created. You bastard, such a... Milam was made speechless. She tried to deny it, but she had realized that there was a slight possibility in that method. But, well, I didn't think that it would fail, even though I granted Michael the body I had preserved. Moreover, I ended up losing the precious body. This was a failure. So, as the last resort, I think that me making a child with you will be the most certain way. If it's you who is Lucia's daughter, wouldn't you able to give birth to a body similar in terms of DNA? With just a bit of tampering, I can change it to the same body as the original Lucia. With a clear and serene smile, Velda informed the method died with madness to Milam. You are crazy. Is that so? But, you see, Milam, no matter what you are thinking, it doesn't matter to me. And, for an instant, Velda disappeared and Milam received an impact on her abdomen. Although she took a defensive stance right away, Velda's fist easily broke through her multiple barrier, and the fighting spirit she needed with a lot of efforts ended up dispersed. Just like that, Milam was thrown to the ground. Kaha, he is, Certainly, strong. Milam glared at Velda while keeping her consciousness by adjusting her fighting spirit. I see you're still resisting, Milam. I'll be your opponent after I destroyed the world, so I want you to sleep for a bit. While saying those words, Velda focused energy on his fist and held up his hand to Milam. And then, lights were overflowing from his hand. Testarossa accurately analyzed the current situation and judged that her chance of winning was 0. Her result was more pessimistic than the conclusion Milam had, but that was because Testarossa didn't possess any trump card. Since the two demons of the same rank as her were defeated instantly, the result could be seen no matter how hard she tried. Given the situation, there was only one way that Testarossa could do. Good grief. I didn't expect that Velda is such an existence. However, well, we had accomplished the supreme command we received from Rimuru-sama to break the heaven gate. It could be said the plan is a success. If it's Rimuru-sama, he would have started with the next plan I guess, so I should earn some more time. Since she would lose even if she fought, there was no other way but to earn time by conversation. For Testarossa, death wasn't something to be afraid of. After hundreds of years, or even after thousands of years, it would be possible for her regenerate with some of her memories and ego. But, when she thought that the comrades she knew might not exist in that era, she felt a bit lonely. Foo, that's funny. For me to feel lonely. Is this what they called a sentiment, I wonder? Well, whatever. Testarossa switched her thoughts and began to stall for time by verbal attacks. There is no feelings and no souls either. You two are moving sophisticatedly for a hollow doll. However, it's hilarious. Testarossa said those words pompously, watching for their reaction. Talking like this would be meaningless if their memories were just reproduced, but Damrata and Kondu had their memories altered. Testarossa was aiming at the inconsistency in it and saw their reaction. Although those two were like robots without emotions, won't they get confused due to the inconsistencies as they are precise machines? So Testarossa had such a prediction. Hilarious. What do you mean, young lady? Damrata asked calmly. Moreover, the one who answered was not Testarossa, but Kondo. It's simple. This demon, Carrera, seems to have taken over my ability, even my soul. But, I don't have memories of it. The person I have given my soul to is hostile against Velda-sama with some kind of goal. Guessing from the circumstances, it would be natural to think that some part of my memories was inconveniently rewritten. Don't you think so too, Damrata? Isn't it possible that our souls were stolen? No. I won't allow such unsightly conduct. Kondo declared confidently. Damrata also nodded. Although he said it himself, he understood that it was an unlikely thing to happen. I guess so. This girl had succeeded my techniques and used it perfectly after all. Damrata agreed to Kondo's explanation. Testarossa looked at Kondo with a slightly surprised expression. Because Testarossa was impressed by Kondo, who had analyzed and explained the current situation perfectly in such a short time since he was created. This man is frighteningly calm. There are things that only Carrera acknowledges. However, at the same time, Testarossa realized from looking at Kondo's clear eyes that even if she thrust many contradictions to him, he wouldn't be confused or change sides. But, does it matter? Don't worry about it, Damrata. We just need to carry out the mission given by Velda-sama. As Testarossa thought, the man reproduced from Kondo's memories pointed the muzzle of his gun towards Testarossa without hesitation in his eyes. Humph. I thought that I would able to earn slightly more time, but it was meaningless I guess. Rimuru-sama, it doesn't mean we're dead. Please. Give us your forgiveness. Testarossa stood proudly till the end. Her mouth took the shape of a crescent moon and sprouted a charming smile. Although she did everything she could, she concluded that it seemed that she ran out of time. However, rather than given up, she concentrated her consciousness in order to activate the secret technique of reincarnation with her strong will and pride as the strongest devil lord in her heart. However, the secret technique of reincarnation was never activated. That was because it was no longer necessary. The last struggle Testarossa had done was not pointless. One shot was fired. Kondo's bullet was strong enough to annihilate even a devil lord whom surpassed awakened demon lords. Exactly at the moment when the assassin's bullet broke through Testarossa's multiple barrier. Kufufufu. Testarossa, you're not permitted to die without permission. Rimuru-sama will be angry, you know? The bullet was stopped exactly in front of Testarossa. A smiling DIABLO'S suddenly appeared and stood next to Testarossa, while holding the bullet with his fingers. Diablo, you were late you know? I didn't plan to die, but it was just one step before I got annihilated, you know. Kufufufu, excuse me then. However, didn't you girls proceed without permission after destroying the Heaven Gate? Testarossa lightly shrugged her shoulders to Diablo's inquiry and changed the topic. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys have not watched my earlier videos, then please watch them. The links are in the description. And please check out my other channel Top Anime Sensei for the light novel of Tensura. And don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates.